Back now on Triad today, just about time for the Roundtable. Hope you'll pick up your copy of Yes Weekly this week. It's free. It's available everywhere, kind of like these guys. I'm not, talking about your morality or anything. And also another thanks to our good folks, Adrian out here who's running the Senior Botanical Garden and hosting us. We're here at the beautiful gift shop lobby area. Check out their website, seniorbotanicalgarden.org. Hope you'll do that and come visit. Now, to the Roundtable on my right, but always on the political left, Ogie Overman, the great broadcaster, journalist. Social distance behind us is the man we held over from his previous segment where he was talking about hunger issue. We appreciate his contributions there. David Daggett of Daggett Shuler. Rounding out the group, Keith Granberry, founder of Helping Hands Consultants, who's done a yeoman's work in getting people registered to vote this year. Guys, first question. Deutsche Bank says that people who work from home, which there are a lot of us, should pay a 5% privilege tax in order to raise new revenue and help low-income people who don't have the opportunity or the education to work at home. Guys, are you okay with implementing a privilege tax? Ogie?
Well, no. Deutsche Bank's been in bed with Trump for so long, I'm not listening to anything they say, for starters.
I understand.
But it's not somebody that has to work. No, it's not their place to do that. No.
All right.
Yeah, Deutsche Bank isn't the place to get our political philosophy or political economy.
Right.
We should look elsewhere for ideas.
It's just an idea, but I mean, it's an interesting thing because there is an income disparity. There are people, Keith, that can't afford or don't have the education or the opportunity to work at home. What do you think about a privilege tax?
Well, I think that's coming from people who are privileged. That doesn't make sense to me. I think what we need to do is get this corona relief package to people who need it so that they can survive. That's what I think.
All right, this next question, I'm going to be particularly interested to see what our attorney has to say about this, David Daggett. A North Carolina court ruled earlier, as most of you know, that a restaurant owner in Durham could collect damages on his coronavirus sort of pandemic era closings that Governor Cooper put in effect. He could collect damages from his insurance company. The insurance company has now appealed in court. Commissioner Mike Causey, who we've had on this show before, says, hey, if this were to take hold and go nationwide, it could bankrupt all the insurance companies. Now, guys, if a business was harmed financially by Governor Cooper's closings earlier in the year, should he or she be able to recover damages from A, the insurance company, B, the state, or C, neither? Ogie.
Well, I hate to defend insurance companies, but no, that here again, Keith hit it on the head. It's the relief package has got to be passed. It's not the insurance, it's not the state governments, it's the federal government, but the only one that has the wherewithal to try to fix it.
David Daggett.
This could take half an hour. Insurance policies have what's called a business interruption clause on your property owner's insurance. Business interruption clauses are contractual and they're written many different ways. Some have a virus exclusion, some have an operation of government exclusion. There's different ways to claim that the virus is damage to the property and therefore qualifies under the contract. I will say both statewide and nationally, as part of these upcoming bills, there's some funding to pay these damages through insurance companies, let these policies qualify and let the companies get reimbursed. That makes some sense. With no changes in the law, this case will fail in the appellate courts, in my opinion.
Okay, I think there's two things quickly. Number one, businesses are putting the health of people in their community above the profit. We can't do that. I mean, number one, the governor did the right thing by closing these businesses down because people are actually dying.
Well, I understand.
It's going up. The second thing is that the insurance company, if you have an insurance policy, then you should be able to collect on that policy. But the most important aspect, again, is the relief package to these businesses.
All right, an increasing number of white men are carrying assault rifles to political rallies and protests. It drives me nuts to see these guys in fatigues thinking they're army men with AK-47s. Should states ban possession of firearms at public gatherings? Ogie, quickly.
You know, I believe that we should, Jim. It just drives me crazy too. It's so sad.
David.
Absolutely. You show up with an AK-47 at a public event, you're not there for peaceful purposes.
Keith.
I mean, this is a no-brainer. I mean, why wouldn't people be carrying an AK-47 to a peace rally?
Yeah.
It's not peaceful then, is it?
No, they're threatening people. In order to make up for lost revenue from the pandemic, New Mexico State University is now marketing and selling. They're making their own brand of whiskey. Given the fact, and this is a serious thing, The binge drinking on campus is still a problem. The alcohol-related deaths in general that related to students and driving. Is this a good thing for a university to be involved in, is making whiskey, Ogie?
That never would have worked at East Carolina, Jim. I
No,
tell
you were making your
we'd
own.
have been we'd have been breaking in the still at night, stealing the liquor.
Right. What do you think? Good idea, bad idea?
That's a horrible idea.
Horrible idea. David?
You know what I think about abuse of alcohol. However, it is a state-run and sanctioned business. Right here in North Carolina at App State, we have courses in fermentation science, and if controlled and properly regulated, I think that's up to New Mexico State and their state government to properly ensure that it's done in a responsible way.
Keith Granberry?
I think it's a way for these colleges and universities to make money because of the downtick in enrollment, but I think it shouldn't be done, and definitely not on the college campus.
All right, guys, now the final thing is, and this is a true story, a Florida company says it has developed a flying car like the ones the Jetsons used in the cartoon, and they say that it'll be they'll be able to sell them within 5 years. Now here's my question. When these electric aircraft cars are available, will you guys ride in them? Ogie Overman.
I'll believe it when I see it. That was supposed to have happened 20 years ago, Jim.
Right.
But yeah, I would. I
You would
would.
ride
You'd
in
ride
it.
with me, wouldn't you,
I think
Ogie?
I would.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, we're gonna be.
You would ride in one?
Absolutely. The new frontier. We're ready.
Well, at New Frontier.
You riding with me, Keith?
Keith, what do you think?
Absolutely not.
Keith, you're not going to ride with David and Ogie in the...
Not David, no, and definitely not you. I'm not riding with any of y'all.
What are
I'm getting
you-
a licensed pilot. You're going to have someone
What
who's
are you, my
licensed to
wife
do
or
that.
something? You won't ride with me. What the heck does that have
That's
to
right.
do with...
At all. Not even
right.
in your SUV.
This is
right
Keith.
now.
Thank you. This is you may not know, this is Keith's last show as of just a second ago. Well, that's all the time we have. Oh, except for this, there's a new study where scientists are actually saying that sheep can recognize the face of other sheep. In the next study, those scientists are going to try to get sheep to recognize Joe Biden's election victory. Do you understand that,
I
Ogie?
got it, Jim. Very
All
good.
that sheep.
Those sheep are going to get fired.
Yeah, that's right. For all of us here on Triad today, except for Keith, and David's gone to the New Frontier. I'm Jim Longworth. We'll see you next week.